Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to 2025. Hard to believe how fast 2024 went by. But here we are. It's January 1st of our new year. And I am so excited because this Saturday, January 4th, I'm doing a Saturday Morning Makes Year 5 kickoff party. So I want to start this video by just inviting you all to join me on Saturday. There will be some giveaways and fun things. And we're going to kick off year 5 with a bang. We are doing Snowman in January. This month, the entire month of January. Anna started this a few years ago, Anna White. And then Nancy May of the Handy Scandy continued it. And Nancy talked with Anna again and asked if she could host this year. So they're doing it. And I know Anna, I'm sure, will be playing along and doing some snowmen too, hopefully. And I wanted to dive in and do that also. So I have a couple cards to share with you for New Year's Day, just to wish you all a Happy New Year. And I hope and pray that we can all have a beautiful year, count our blessings amidst all the hard things, and just have joy and choose joy. I was reminded of choosing joy today. I was cleaning my craft room, and I don't know what I did with it now, but I ran across an envelope from a friend who sent me a stamp set, and I'll have to share it with you guys. Let me grab it really quick. I was thinking about choosing joy in the new year, and this sweet stamp set was sent to me by Karen, Karen J. Her last name is Jurachik, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it. But anyway, she sent me this one, and I love that it says, choose joy, hold on to hope. He will be our peace. Always be joyful and give thanks to the Lord. So just a beautiful set from her. And Karen, thank you so much for sending that to me. It was very sweet of you. And I'm so happy that I have it, and I'm going to keep it on my desk so I can hopefully incorporate it into some cards. I meant to do it tonight, and then I forgot. So let me dive into the products I used on my card. I used my Snow Angel stamp set from my Jill's Joyful Heart stamp line. It's at Peachy Keen Stamps if you want to purchase it. So peachykeenstamps.com, and this one is called Snow Angel. Okay, so there's the information right there. It's JN-02 Snow Angel stamp set. So I used, from this, I just used the word joy, this tiny little word joy. And then I also used this wintertime stamp set called Wintertime Crafts. And this was a 4x4 stamp set I got a couple of years ago on Amazon. And I know a lot of you went and picked it up, but it's a great stamp to use on winter cards. It has the word snowflake, winter. It has different things related to winter wonderland, you know, and a little tree and just different images. So I did use that on some backgrounds. I used from Peddler's Pack the Petunia collection, and specifically I used this handcrafted stamp on the back of one of my cards. Okay, so I used that, and those are available at Stamp Peddler. Happy New Year to Joyce and Bernie. Joyce was texting with me tonight and wishing Happy New Year. And Stamp Peddler is on Etsy, but it's Peddler's Pack Stamps, and Joyce and Bernie are the wonderful owners and make the most beautiful products. So I did use the little Petunia stamp. And then the main images that are on my cards, and again, I stowed these stamps yesterday, or in a previous video a couple days ago. And this one is called Sweater Snowman, and it's a Stampendous stamp, okay, W158. If you're interested in it, I don't know if it's still available. And then the other stamp that I used on the card that I'm going to show you is this one here. It's very prim, and this one is by Elisa Baker Designs. It's called Handmade Snowman, and it's E9461. And you would want to be looking for these on a resale site because Impression Obsession is no longer in business, okay? So Stampendous, Impression Obsession. Those are the two woodblock stamps that I used. And then I also pulled out and used this little set. Sorry for the noise. This is a little stamp set by Stampin' Up, and this is quite old, you guys. This is from the year 2003. I was pregnant with my son that year, so it's funny to look back and remember things. But anyway, I used this little snowflake right here. I used Sending a Little Wish for a Lot of Joy, and I think that's it from this set. But this is a really fun set to play with, and you can actually stamp and cut these out and make little grids on, and make like 9 of them on a card, and it makes a really cute card. So I just thought I would mention that. And this one is, just so you know what it is, it's called Little Holiday Wishes. So those are the stamps I used. I also used this Joy stamp, and this is by the Old Island Stamp Company, and it's Salt Spring Island, BC, Canada. So saltspring.com. There's the information if it will focus and you can read it. But anyway, this is a little Joy stamp that says, "A feeling of happiness, gladness, as the holidays bring joy. That which causes gladness, as a thing of beauty, is a joy forever. To rejoice." So I love this definition. This is going to go up in my little collection of Joy stamps on my, keeping it upstairs from now on, because I love having Joy stuff on my desk. It's inspiring to me. And then inside one of the cards, I stamped Blessings to You. And this little stamp I've had forever. And this one is Amuse Art Stamps. And you'll recall that their flagship store used to be just a couple blocks from my house, and I used to go in there all the time. And of course, they're not, their brick and mortar store is gone, and I'm not sure if Amuse is still in business or not. I haven't looked in a while. Are they still in business? Do we know? I want to say that they're not, but I might be wrong. I just can't remember for sure right now. Anyway, I'll look it up and I'll let you know. Anyway, this is the inks that I use: Distress Ink Vintage Photo, Distress Oxide Vintage Photo, Distress Ink Peacock Feathers, and Distress Ink Antique Linen. And then I also incorporated a little bit of this Toffee Crunch ink from Memento, okay? I used that a little bit too. So those were the inks I used. And then I colored with Copic markers, and I also used some baby oil. I couldn't find my Gamsol, so I used some baby oil and some Prima watercolor pencils and a blending stump. And then I also used some graphite pencil just to do some darker shading. And then I used this little peg stamp from Stamps by Judith. It's a little snowflake. And then I also used this little stamp right here. And that one is also always on my desk, and I use that one a lot at Christmas. So, and then for stamps, for dies, whoops, I used this 4-inch circle card die set from My Creative Time. From Elizabeth Craft Designs, from Els Vandenberg, I used these rectangles with the little dots in them. And I don't know what the name of them is. I can't tell you the name, but these are very old, so I don't know if they're still making these. This die set. You'd have to look on a resale site. And then I also used on one of the cards, one of the trim dies, die 1163ZZ. This again is Impression Obsession, and they're no longer in business. And then the paper pad I used is the Simple Vintage Winter Woods from Simple Stories, one of my very favorite pads that they've ever done. It's very prim. I wish they would do more prim colored things. You know, there's a lot of bright paper pads, but not very many subtle and prim paper pads. And whenever I see one come out, I always like to grab it. So I have a couple copies of this one, and this one is from 2022. And I'll just do a quick flip so you can see some of the papers. But it has lots of earthy tones, along with these light blues and grays and creams and beiges. So that's everything that I used to create the cards that I'm going to show you. I hope I finished the inside of this card. This is the card using that stamp from Lisa Baker and Impression Obsession. I love how prim this little snowman is. Again, I colored it with markers and pencils, some Gamsol, or no, I used baby oil because my Gamsol was gone. And I used a little tiny bit, just a smidge of some glitter glue. And this is from Craft Smart, which I think is Michael's. Does it say? I don't know. It's either Michael's or Joanne's, but I just used a teeny little bit, and I don't know if you'll be able to catch the light and see the glimmer, but the Snowman has a little tiny bit of this on it. I couldn't find my Distress glitter or my rock candy or the other one, so this is what I used, and I just used a tiny little bit just to give that glimmer. But you can see the little Stampin' Up! Square stamp. You can see the word joy from my Snow Angel stamp set, and then the definition of joy is down below. The peg stamp is stamped here, and then the little frond stamp is stamped. So just an interesting little card. Inside it says blessings to you, and then on the back I stamped that sending a little wish for a lot of joy, and I just drew a little book around it with my pencils. So that's the first card, and I don't know if I'm going to add this in or not. I don't know. I'll leave that there for now, and maybe I'll add it in. And then the second card looks like this, and this one is so bright and cheerful. And again, I used a little bit of Stickles glitter glue, or that glitter glue I showed you. Just a little bit of it on the Snowman. I don't know if it shows up good. But this one says Warm Winter Wishes, and you can see that wintertime stamp set is in the background here. So I have that snowflake one up there. I have the winter one right here, and then the Winter Wonderland one right there. And I wrapped a piece of the trim around to the back, and you can see the little stamp from Joyce and Bernie's Stamp Peddler store on Etsy, and I just wrote my name, Jill, right in the leg of the stamp. So just a really sweet and simple card, and I haven't stamped anything on the inside of this one. I'm not exactly sure how I will use it. I might make it a birthday card or a thank you note, so I just haven't done anything yet. But this one I did stamp blessings to you. So, and that could be used as a thank you too, because if someone blesses you, you want to bless them right back. So I'm hoping to get some thank you notes out to all the people that sent gifts to me. But I just wanted to come on and wish everyone a Happy New Year and share these sweet Snowman cards. And thank Nancy May and Anna for inspiring everybody. And then remind you guys about Saturday Morning Makes this coming weekend. Melissa, Lisa, and Gloria will be back with Two Crafters, One Design at that time also, I'm pretty sure. And I will double check that to be sure, but I think they were just doing a 2-week hiatus. But if they're not back, I will certainly be doing the kickoff for Saturday Morning Makes on the 4th of January, which is this coming Saturday in just a couple more days. So I hope you will join me, and I will look forward to celebrating a wonderful 2025 with all of you sharing art. And I hope that you will join and play along with Saturday Morning Makes. And I can't wait to see some of the hashtags that all of you will be doing on your channels, and hopefully I can play along with some of them too as life permits. So I hope some of you were able to take part in the My Creative Time sale that ended at midnight, or ends at midnight. And I will be bringing you guys the My Creative Time release for January, and it's going to be arriving at my house in a couple days, and I'll start designing. So be ready for the My Creative Time release. It's coming up, and I just want to wish you all a very happy New Year. And I've just really enjoyed watching everybody opening their presents on their channels, and seeing all the joy that has been spread in this community as different people reach out to their friends. It's just so fun to see the joy that is spread by sending cards and happy mails and Christmas blessing boxes. So to everybody that blessed me and that continues to bless me with your comments, with your views, with sharing my videos, and just being part of this community, I just want to say thank you. To all of you that are sick, to P and Mary, and so many of you that have been sick or are recovering. I know Stacy Graves had a bad cold. I know that Tina had been sick, I think, too, for a bit. And she's dealing with little Zoe, her puppy that's growing so quickly. So to all of you that have been under the weather, I hope that you're feeling better already or very soon. All right, I'll see you guys on Saturday for Saturday Morning Makes, if not before. All right, bye, everybody. Hi, everybody. It is New Year's Eve, And actually it's New Year's Day because it's past midnight. So happy New Year to everybody. I had been filming for a while and I found out that I was filming out of frame, which is something that happens a lot when you're making videos. Your camera shifts and you don't notice. But I am coloring up this cute little image that I showed you in my last video for Snowman in January. And I'm coloring, it's a very prim image. It's from Impression Obsession, which of course is no longer in business, which we will greatly miss them. But this is one of, I believe, Elisa Baker's images. It was a wood mount stamp that I've had in my collection for a long time. And I love Elisa's illustration style and the primness of this image. And so I am coloring this up and just, I've colored it with some Copic markers, which may or may not end up as part of this video because, again, my camera shifted and I was out of frame. But I am just trying to add a little bit of shading here to what I've already colored and to give it some depth. And I'm using some colored pencil and a little bit of, I can't find my Gamsol, so I'm using baby oil, which is another way that you can shade. And you just take a blending stump, which you can get these at any arts and crafts store. You can also order them on Amazon. And you don't want a lot of oil, just a little bit. But it helps to take that watercolor and just shift it around a little bit, if that makes sense. So I'm just going in and blending a bit where I think it should be darker. Any place where lines meet is a good way of putting it, where they connect. It's a good place to add some depth of color. So that's what I'm trying to do now, is just adding a little more detail to the coloring. And again, I'm not a trained, like the light's coming one direction or whatever. I just try to make it look nice. And I'm hoping to take some classes and learn more. But coloring for me is just blissful. It relaxes me. And anytime I'm making art, it takes you outside of yourself and allows you to just kind of relax and enjoy creating. And there's something to me, my favorite thing, honestly, my favorite craft is stamping. Stamping and producing an image for a card and then creating the card. So I love stamps above anything else, even more than dies, which for a lot of you, I know you're more into die cutting and making boxes and albums and different things. But my first love is always the image and the stamp, and even drawing images myself. So it's so fun to do a little bit of coloring. Now I lost the top to my, there it is, to my little baby oil. So there we go, we'll put that away. I think I need, I just used this little, what is this? Champagne E71 marker. And I think I'm gonna try and just go over this a little bit more, just to give a little bit more shading in this color tone along his little striped scarf, or her, his or her, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to darken that up a bit, and I use that color also on the buttons here. So I just want to give it a little bit more depth. I was trying to see if I had a pencil that's close to this color. I have a gray one that's close, but unfortunately, I just broke the tip, and I don't know where my sharpener is, which is something that happens with your colored pencils. But my tip is broken, and I just need to resharpen this. So I'm going to have to hunt out my pencil sharpener for my watercolor pencils, because this is not going to work. All right, we'll throw that away and try and sharpen this. But, oops, there we go. So that's what I have so far. I also need to add some depth to the blue, but I don't think I have a watercolor pencil that's going to work for that. I don't really see a shade that will work. So maybe what we'll do is just kind of darken it up just by going over. Yeah, that'll work. Just add a little more depth. There we go. And I think maybe some cheeks are in order. So I want to get a really light, let's see, maybe an ROO or an RV10, I don't know, pink, to do the cheeks on the snowman. So let's see, well, this one's an ROO, but I'm just going to go in here really lightly and just give a little bit of color to the cheek area. There we go. All right, so that's what that's looking like. I think we also need to darken up. Let's see, let's try this. These are Prima watercolor pencils, and this is color 95 if that helps. But I'm just gonna use some of this 95 and I'm gonna kind of darken up the twigs a little bit for the arms. There we go. All right, so that's what I have, and I need to get a card made with this. So I'll let you go and I'll come back when I get the card done, and I'll be right back in a little bit.